Okay, get on to the practical methods of cultivating your chi during this yang water tiger year. Now, before I stand up and do some qigong movements that you can practice, I just want to point out something very important. So we're talking about the kidney energy connected to the water element, and that's kidney and bladder, and that generates sexual energy. However, it's not enough to simply have more kidney chi. It has to be circulated in order for it to become sexually active and to spread those sexual energy throughout the rest of your body. Now, the sexual energy is the elixir that speeds up your evolution. I mean, everybody knows this when they're falling in love or feeling attraction. Their vibration goes up and things change more rapidly. But you don't have to have a partner for that. You can just be in deeper sexual relationship with your body. It's the job of the liver to take the water. This is called the five elements, creation cycle. It comes up from the kidneys to the liver. The water feeds the wood element. The liver is a wood. The wood grows and expands. That's exactly, for men, that's called an erection. And for women, that's called a whole body orgasm. You start to, men and women actually, to circulate that sexual energy and bring it up into all the other organ spirits. And let's be clear here, I'm talking about physical kidney and bladder and liver, but in Chinese medicine, they don't mean the physical one. They mean it's called the orb, O-R-B. It's like an energy body, different colors, spheres, okay, of influence. They have meridians and they have a physical aspect, but it has a spiritual aspect, so it's multidimensional. It's not like in a Western view. It's just like, you've got this physical body and that's it. So in a yang water tiger year, okay, tiger is pumping in all this wood. It's mostly wood element, okay? And the yang water is coming in from heaven. The wood elements thrusting up from earth. And the two couple. And that's where they get volatility, they get creativity, they get sexually, more attractive and more energized. But you need to get both of them. Now, a word of caution. We live in modern times in what's called a false yang society. False yang means excessive expansion, excessive doing, heart attacks, okay, trying to be too much, and by the way, the heart attacks are caused by, not because the heart's weak, because it burns out, the fire burns out all the water from the kidneys. There's not enough water to support that heart. It seizes up it's like a radiator in a car, the kidneys, and you've got to keep the engine, the hot engine, cooling from the kidney energy, the water energy coming up. So the liver directs and guides that, gives purpose, focus to that sexual energy. It circulates it. So you have to work on both of them. And the false yang is just exhausting them, it's just spending them, it's not renewing them. So that's the problem with modern life. People go, go, go. It's yang, 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 spend, 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 and they don't cultivate. They don't build it back up. Okay, they don't recirculate it inside of themselves. So we'll talk about that. One of the practices that's important, in fact, to learn is the cosmic orbit, but not just any version of the microcosmic orbit. I tested dozens and dozens of them, okay, over the decades. Number one, 10 times, 100 times better than any other method is the Wudong Red Dragon Spinning Pearl Orbit. And this takes a spinning pearl moving it around, and it concentrates, the spinning concentrates your chi, gathers and holds it. Other methods do something, but they disperse. They don't condense it. So you want to get the Wudang orbit method. I'm the only one I know, as far as I know, is teaching it. Okay. You can't, you can get it in my fundamentals 1 and 2, medical and spiritual Qigong fundamentals. And in fact, if you decide to get any materials of mine in the next 7 days, people attending this seminar, I'm going to discount you back the cost of this seminar, which is $25. You'll get a credit back on any purchase that's over $50. So that's 50% discount minimum. Okay. But that version of the orbit will go past all your glands. Okay. And the pituitary gland is the master gland. And, you know, it goes past the thymus gland and the thyroid gland, past the heart, spleen, pancreas is really a gland, and then down to the sexual, the gonads, okay, the ovaries and the testicles. And so you're gathering sexual energy when you do the orbit, and the spinning Wudang red dragon pearl orbit concentrates that, conserves it. So it's, like I said, it's 100 times more effective than other orbit methods. If you've learned another method, that's great. Now, take it up to a higher level, upgrade. Okay, I guarantee you that's one of the best investments you can make in your spiritual and physical health. And the other thing is, of course, the on the orbit practice, they connect this to the I Ching, and they put special 12 hexagrams. They go from 6 yin lines at the bottom, going up to 6 yang lines at the top, and then slowly going back down. So this again connects into the zodiac, and this cycle of change they have put inside. Okay, this is really inside your energy body, and this is a stable cycle of change. It governs the moon, the seasons, the 12 moons, and the changes of all the seasons, and the inner 12 animals. All of these have come out of the I Ching. The I Ching is the oldest. It goes back, 4,000 years, whatever. It's the oldest written document that is the foundation of all the Taoist cosmology. And the orbit is the way to embody that in a very simple way. And as we're going around as deep channel, the Ren and the Du, the conception vessel, and it's basically called the fire and the water vessels. Okay, governor and the conception vessel is another name for it. And you can run it both ways. You can run it up the front, the water channel, and down the back, or up the fire and down the front. But to keep your sexual energy, your kidney energy circulating, orbit is essential practice. Okay. Other practices, which are too long for me to teach here, I've mentioned previously, is the Primordial Tai Chi ceremony. This is a spiritual Tai Chi. It's not a martial Tai Chi. You can learn it in 2 hours. It takes 12 minutes to practice. It's the most effective, powerful, long, self-standing form, and is completely designed around the Chinese calendar of the 12 animals and the 10 heavenly stems, which is the 5 elements yin and yang. You're basically dancing the Chinese calendar, and you're gathering all the elements, not just the tiger element, or but it harmonizes in any one year or any one cycle of the 5 elements, blends them all together. And you don't even have to know anything about internal alchemy or Chinese astrology or Chinese calendar. The form does it. So I normally we sell this for $45. On my website, you can get it for $20. Okay, maybe it's $19.95 even. I strongly recommend. Like I said, that's the form I do at the beginning of every season and at the beginning of every new zodiac cycle. And powerful way to broadcast your intent during that cycle. And it connects to the I Ching. I mean, it's just they call it a super Qigong form. It's, it's a Qigong and Tai Chi. It looks like Tai Chi, but it's got internal alchemy, feng shui, directionology, medical Qigong in it, everything wrapped up into one. So this is the best single long form that you can do. I'm going to show you some other movements, but I just want to mention that one to you, that you really add that to your repertoire. That is going to be one of the most valuable gifts you can give yourself. I guarantee you. A testimony of thousands. I've been doing it for the form for almost 25 years. And it's always new because the calendar is always changing. The Qi is changing. So it's just incredible. Anyway, so let's we have the orbit, we have the primordial, and then I have a DVD called Sexual Vitality Qigong. It's got 26 kidney building, sexual energy building movements on it that I've collected from various Qi masters around the world over many years. Hard to get stuff. I recommend you get this also. And again, all this is available by download. You don't have to have it hard shipped. But I'll go through some of those movements, in just a moment here. We're going to stand up, but there's just a lot for you to choose from, and you don't have to do all 26. You just pick and choose the ones that seem to work for you, that you feel attracted to. But the main point is, in a year of yang water, your body is going to be flooded with this energy coming in from the earth. And you need to be open and receptive to it. Otherwise, it's just kind of flow past you. Okay. It's like most people are just like in a daze, and they're just living in their personality, and they're not really tuned into the energy field within their own subtle bodies or the subtle body of the earth. So you need to be open to receive that. So that's why when you do these same practices in a yang water year, they're more powerful than in other years, because your energy body is being goosed, it's being flooded, the pump is being primed with all this additional water. So this is why, even though you may know some of these practices and maybe, I don't do them that often, do them this year. You will get greater benefit. Okay. And the same with the liver. Okay, we're going to go through some things, but the kidneys are connected, opening to the sensory organs of the ears, and the liver is connected through the eyes. So we all look too much like on computers, reading, so many things. We tend to exhaust our vision, our liver energy, the wood energy. And the kidney energy, again, is the number one, the queen of the 5 elements. This is the juice in your battery. And that's why you go to sleep at night, you recharge it, and in the morning you're like running again. You got to keep the battery charged. Otherwise, it slowly starts to run down. And then at the end, you get tired and you die. Okay. But if you keep it charged up, you just keep going. Okay. There's nothing in your system that says you have to die. It's just that you run out of Qi, basically. You just spend it. And you don't recycle, you don't rebuild. You don't convert more neutral force into 5 elements, yin yang force that you need to live with. So this is all just out of ignorance. You just don't know who you are and what your potential is. So I'm just here to remind you of that. Okay. The last thing I do before I stand up is that diet and supplements. Okay. For the kidneys, I have two things I really strongly recommend. One is goji. These are goji berries. That's Goji, or goji juice. The best goji juice, I sell it on my website, but you can get it on Amazon. It's called Goji One. It's organic, it's pure. It's, I didn't change the name on my website, but the other one, but that's if you order from my website. Just go into products. Goji is kidney and liver tonic. Been used for thousands of years in China. It's like the #1 tonic for your kidneys and liver. Okay. So eat the berries, drink an ounce of that a day, and your body's going to love you for that. Okay. Other thing is an herbal formulation for kidney yin. It's called Shou formulation. SHOUWU. Shou formulation. You get that from dragonherbs.com. Dragonherbs.com. It's a very inexpensive formula. I think it's $18. Get 100 caps. I take 5 caps a day. Maintenance I have for years. I tell all my students to take this. And this supports the water. And that supports the heart. And that supports the liver, because the water nourishes the liver. So, again, the kidneys are the root of your health, the root of your energy body. All the energy comes in through the kidneys. Okay. This interdimensional portal from source flows in through your kidneys. You want to keep those kidneys strong and healthy. Okay. And Shou formulation is, you can take it safely forever. Okay. It's got 13 herbs in it. It's very balanced. Do not buy the single herb formula called Heshou. This is Shou formulation with 13 herbs. So the other thing for liver is milk thistle. That's the #1 supplement, okay, for liver. I take 1 cap of that a day. There's many, many people sell milk thistle. Okay, I get it from Life Extension Foundation. You can get it from other places, but milk thistle, especially in a year of the tiger, you want to support that tiger. Just functioning at the physical level. Okay. So add milk thistle to your daily supplement list. Okay. All right. I think that's it for the overview. Now let's turn this up a little bit. And, all right. So whatever I do, you can just shake loose first a little bit. Okay. Sound lets out stress, emotional stress. You loosen up. You're shaking the organs, shaking the joints, trapped chi. Okay. That's false yin. Okay. Chi that's stuck. Okay. Or if you have excess, you can also shake that out. Okay. Always just do a little bit of that before you do any type of meditation or Qigong or Tai Chi. Okay. Now, start with the kidneys now. Rub the kidneys with the back of your knuckles there. Okay. I talked about how the #1 enemy is fear, frozen kidney, frozen water. That's what fear is. It's the water element that freezes in you. So when you rub your kidneys, okay, you're breaking up that frozen energy, okay, and you're getting circulation there. So this is just a very simple physical level. You can also tap them gently. Not too hard. They're very delicate. These are your kids. And that's You can do the same thing with the opening of the kidneys, which is the ears. You just rub them. And you can divide your fingers on either side of the ears. Put your finger inside and spiral it each way. Pull it out. Do that a couple of times. So that's for the physical level, okay? Rubbing, spiraling. We're going to do some energetic work. And when you do the energetic work, you do not want to touch the body. You want hands just off the body a few inches. And that moves the meridian chi more powerfully. Touch the body, then it grounds down into the physical body. So you want to have this moving energetically. And you put your hands by the side here, but your attention is focused on the kidneys, and you want to spiral and move that 9 times. 9 is called maximum yang. 1, 2, 3. And you see deep blue or black vapors of water circulating here. And the visualization does. It's just a communication to exactly what type of chi you want the life force to move. And you don't have to limit yourself to 9. You could do 2 cycles of 9, or you could just do some other number, but you do this for a while, and then you hold it. And just breathe into those kidneys. Expanding them, contracting them, just pulsing. You pulse them. Your mouth opening, closing them. Now we can do the same with the liver also. The liver is the largest internal organ. It goes from the right side all the way over to the center of your body. It's like a small football. And the gallbladder is its partner. Just like the kidneys has the urinary bladder, the liver's got the gallbladder as its partner. They're like a yin-yang pair. So start spiraling first, warming up and moving it in a spiraling motion that moves chi. Chi loves to spiral. And then do a left to right movement, hands off the body. Circulating up the right side, down the center line of the body. 9 times. Bright green vapors. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Add the breath to it as well. Pause. Smile to the spirit of the liver. This is called the Hun. Close your eyes, focus inside. Glowing bright green orb. And of course, each one of the vital organ spirits has got their own spiritual qualities. So kidneys is holding deep wisdom. Liver is holding compassion, kindness, generosity. Now we're going to connect them. So we're going to start to do them in here where you grab the energy in your testicles if you're a male, or your 2 ovaries if you're a female. You're scooping that energy, pulling it up. I start with the heart first because the vertical axis is heart, kidneys. Okay, these are like husband and wife. And then you've got the lung and the liver on the side axis. We're going to do the kidneys and the liver second, but I do first inhaling the chew sound, CHU, pulling it up to the heart and letting the heart sound down. Shift to the balls of your feet. It's the kidney 1 point. As you're inhaling up, and on your perineum, gently squeeze in on your testicles or on your vagina. Red fire back down. Sucking, pulling up the kidney, water energy. Color is blue, deep midnight blue, dark blue, or black. Fire first. Then we're going to switch from the heart to the liver. The liver sound is shh, S-H-H-H, like the wind blowing through the trees. It's the wood element. Shh. Or you're saying quiet, somebody shh. The kidney sound, the chew sound is the same. You're pointing up now, but you're focused on your liver and the green orb of its energy body. Shh. Creating circulation, an orbit between the kidneys and the liver. Inhaling the chew, exhaling the green. Inhale the water, blue, dark blue, or black. Exhaling the green. Squeezing as you come up, releasing as you go down. Relax the perineum, relax all the muscles as you exhale. Pause, smile. You can focus below on the kidneys, on the sexual organs, or above on the liver and the heart. Okay, those are very simple ones, but you do those every day to keep things going. It's just take a minute or two. Now, another one which I always promote, I do it every day myself, is Deep Earth Pulsing. And let's see how we're doing on time. Yeah, we're getting close here. There's videos you can just search Deep Earth Pulsing, Michael Winn, on the internet, and you'll have a 20-minute video you can find, and you can practice it from that. This form here, you're basically connecting your personal energy body to the water element in the earth. And you keep the kidney 1 point, and the ball of your foot connected. And you're pumping one side and then the other. You're basically pumping water up, the sexual energy of the earth, into your personal energy body. You focus your mind in the center of the earth. Focus on the sinking side. You're sinking down to the earth. Other side pumps it up automatically, spontaneously. So I strongly recommend watch the video. It's free. It's on the internet. And you can do this. In the beginning, you need to do it 5 or 10 minutes to really get into a deep state. But eventually, once you get good at it, you can just take 2 or 3 minutes and you can be in a very deep state of flow with the earth's energy. Okay. So, yang water year, this is made for that. Okay. Pumping the water up from the earth. It connects to the water from heaven. It's perfect. It's so simple. And all the work is done from his hip joints. This is what pumps up. Just arms just float effortlessly. Okay. And remember the primordial Tai Chi form. Just 12 movements connected to the zodiac. Okay. It's so simple and so graceful. This is just the earth cycle movements. And there's a heaven cycle as well. So, again, I urge you to get that video, Primordial Tai Chi. Just send an email to my office manager, support@healingdaousa.com or info.healingdaousa@earthlink.net. So it's support@healingdaousa.com, Dao is spelled T-A-O, and support info.healingdaousa@earthlink.net. And you've got till February 13th to get that $25 discount on anything you order. Just mention you saw this, took this webinar, and as long as you start the process by then, you'll get that credit, the $25 credit. I think that should give you plenty to work with on a practical level. And we'll now open the floor to discussion and question and answer.